Hey, Terry here. Welcome back to Times Gone Tech. Hey, today's video contains instructions and information about the purchase, mixing, and use of an explosive compound. Now, this compound is perfectly legal to purchase, mix, and use where I live for the purposes that I buy, mix, and use it for. But before doing anything yourself, you want to check where you live, check with the laws, make sure everything's copacetic there, okay? Also, due to the nature of the video, it is being presented exclusively for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right. Do not attempt to do anything you see in this video. Should you do so, remember, you and only you are solely responsible for any consequences that might occur, legal, safety, health, whatever. Okay, so watch the video, enjoy it, don't try it. If you do, blame yourself. Having said all that, enjoy the video. So, as far as my black powder firearms is concerned, it recently occurred to me that I'm already making my own lube, casting my own bullets, making my own propellant. So, why aren't I making my own percussion caps? That's what this video is about, homemade black powder percussion caps. So stick around. So there is a company on the internet called 22, the number 22, 22lrreloader.com. Now I'll put a link to that site in the comments. One of the products that this company sells is a kit for making your own black powder percussion caps. And they do sell out on occasion. So if you go there right now and they don't have any, just kind of check back with them off and on. Maybe send them an email letting them know you'd like to have one. I have seen them run out and then a month or so later stock back up again. But it costs about $40-ish. And that kit consists of a two-piece die for making your own caps, punching them out. And this kit here, which consists of 4 parts, 4 separate ingredients. This one's been from another kit. 4 separate ingredients here that perfectly harmless, more pretty much separately. But when you mix them together, they form an explosive compound that they're calling Primol. I'm going to talk about that also. And this really handy little instruction guide. 5 steps, actually, toward making them. 4 if you don't count the you're ready to shoot, number 5. So, yeah, I'm going to go over this all today. I did a video last year when I first bought the kit. And it was my first experience with homemade percussion caps. And I did have a few issues, had a few problems. I'm going to chalk it up to my lack of experience in making caps. And since I'm going to start making my own caps on a regular basis from now on, I'm going to go back to the manufacturer's instructions and try all of this again. Now, I got some very good comments from viewers on my previous video who do make their own caps, and I'm going to try all of their suggestions out, just not today. Today, I'm going back to the basic manufacturer's guide. I'm going to follow it. I am going to make one little change though, and I'm going to see again how their materials and their methods work to use as a baseline for going forward, to try some different variations and see if I can't produce, the best percussion cap possible. So in addition to the kit, you will need a couple more items. One will be a couple of these little glass bowls, maybe a shot glass, or I've got a metal shot glass here. You'll need a glass eyedropper. You'll need some tweezers, which will help. Come in very handy. A pair of sharp scissors. And again, according to the manufacturer, a used soda or beer can. we're going to make the caps, the shells, out of this aluminum. Now, the manufacturers actually specify only use aluminum and only use aluminum cans, like soda or beer cans. A couple of viewers in the past did mention that they use an equal thickness sheet copper or sheet brass and works even better. Again, I'm going to try that. The thing to keep in mind here is that manufacturers like CCI don't use aluminum. They use copper. Now, copper is more expensive than aluminum. So if aluminum works as well as copper, you'd think they would be using aluminum to cut down on their overhead and increase their profit margin, all right? But they're not. So that right there kind of tells me there's maybe a problem with aluminum, why these commercial companies aren't using it. It could be that the marketing from 22LR Reloader is aimed maybe towards preppers, like, your SHTF type scenario. You can't get 0.00787 inch thick copper shim stock, but you can go out into a ditch and scrounge up a few old soda cans. Might be. So anyway, we've got our eyedropper, our shot glass, our tweezers, our die. I'm going to demonstrate that. A couple of bowls to keep everything in, and our can. First, let's look at the die. Now this is a 2-piece die. It's got a slot here in the side. It's steel. I like that. This is probably the most expensive part of the kit, and it's a good durable little hand-operated die. The thing is, it does not stamp out what you would call commercial quality in appearance caps. They're kind of rough looking, which is understandable. This is not a commercial grade die. It's just, something somebody made probably in a CNC machine in a garage or a basement. And it works. It does make good caps. The issue that I had with it was it seemed to me like that thickness of aluminum, 0.00787 inch or 0.02 centimeters, is it's kind of thin, kind of weak, not springy. It seemed like it didn't grip the sides of the nipples tightly enough. And I since thought of a way that might work. And if this idea was yours, if you actually put this idea in the comments on my previous video last year and I've forgotten about it, I apologize. It just surfaced back into my memory recently when I decided to start making caps, and I'm going to try that out. But to get started, the shells, we're going to make some caps. So first, we take our can, we take a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut the ends, the top and bottom off. So we're just going to, it's always easier when no one's watching. Yeah, here we go. We're just going to cut the top off. Then cut down the side. Then we're going to cut the bottom off. And that's it. We've got our sheet of aluminum. Now, again, following the manufacturer's guidelines, what we do is take the die part, we put the aluminum in that slot and make sure that it's seated in there firmly all the way. Try and bend this back so you can see it. Let's just try it like this. Make sure it's in there nice. You have to do a couple of these to get used to doing it. Then we're going to put the second piece down in the top and just bang it down with the heel of your hand. I have seen a couple of videos where people had a hard time doing that. I mean, to me, it just, it's like easy peasy. But if you have a hard time doing that with your hand, you can use a rubber mallet or something. And then you just pull the top out. You can see you've punched out a little hole. And here, which you can't see, in the palm of my hand, is a percussion cap. Empty, of course, but it's a nice little percussion cap ready to use. Again, I personally think this doesn't have enough springiness to grip the nipples reliably. So the idea that I had was to double up on this. And what I'm going to do is fold this over like so, 2 thicknesses, insert that, and punch that out. I don't know if I can do this by hand. Yesterday I did a few and I used a hammer. Let me try it by hand. There you go. Again, pull it apart, pop it out, and again, there's a hole in my 2 layers, and there is a percussion cap, which you can't see, which consists of 2 layers of 0.02 inch centimeter aluminum. So it's twice as thick. It's 0.04 centimeters thick, which is about, I'm rounding off here, 0.15, pretty close. So yeah, it's twice as thick. Maybe it'll have enough springiness, enough stiffness that it'll grip the nipples tighter. So I've already punched out 12 single layer, and now 13, but 12 double layer here. And now it's time to fill them up.